you know, this is what his workers' comp, this is his healthcare.
Right.
All the way so that you can say, you could look at that, and say, 11 employees, that wage looks right. You know, as far as the other calculations, you know, what the percentages are, that's not you, but just so you look at it and say, yeah, that, you got the right.
We're in the ballpark.
Yeah,
We're not over the left field fence, $71,000 in the hole, or 130,000 in the hole, so anyhow. The other thing that I brought to the attention of the county attorney and Ben and everybody was, and it's terrible when I get into the code, cause I discover things that we've been doing
I couldn't
wrong.
get all the money, but I think August could
But-
happen later on.
I think we should set that up, because the
Oh, you did.
key word in that is a shall. And typically when you see shalls and musts,
and that means the 31st of December, we need to swear people in. The
and
judge
we've
does that, right?
never done it that way before.
The judge does that.
Spalding?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I told Spalding too. It's like,
I'm not sure we're that involved in that process,
but,
or are we?
Well,
yeah, it says, read the statute, it says the commissioners. It actually states, which is an interesting.
County officers.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we'll have one.
Now, the judge, the district court judge, is not part of that list, but any of our county
Okay.
officers, the sheriff, the clerk of court, the treasurer,
Right.
the county attorney,
Right.
any of those have to be signed in on December
A lot of
31st.
hams.
We've been doing it on December 1st.
January 3rd, 5th, whenever we get to it.
Well, seriously, I'm not a county
Me
commissioner.
either, I'm out of here.
Have you seen,
Yeah.
I'm familiar with it. So there's a little bit of a difference
Okay,
for
well,
me
you gotta have
coming
it.
up, so you're aware that I
When you
can't
get
be
off,
sworn
too.
until Adam vacates the position.
Alright,
So so I know he sent up his letter of resignation. So whenever he resigns, that's then when
Okay.
you can appoint.
what is his, he did, he's got
He
an
is
effective date.
January 3rd, so we can do yours maybe that very day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could go.
okay.
But it's
Substantially
lower pay.
And then, that is a question that I guess I don't know the answer to. Who swears in Adam?
The district court judge.
Spalding will swear him in.
Yes.
And then that seat's vacated. And then as soon as Spalding, or
Adam would
Adam is
swear in.
sworn in, he can then turn around and
Right.
swear in Ben.
Is it the end of the world if we've been doing this on the 3rd instead of the 31st?
In the end, I think we'll probably survive.
Yeah. But let's do it right from now on,
No, why would we wanna do things right?
because it's the right thing to do, especially when it says
What if
shall.
the 31st is on a Sunday?
And it's the last, read the law, it says the last business day of December.
Read
Or
the law.
Read the law, it tells you, it's a great guideline on how
I
to
don't
do
want to
things.
read anything, for God's sakes. Well, all right, we might, it's just as easy to do it right, I think.
It is. And it doesn't give anybody out in the Ville who might want to cause waves a
Not that we would
toehold.
ever have anybody like that.
Just like the oath of offices have to be kept at the clerk, and we've had in the past, Don Tangwell, I think, was in here. Don, or one of them was in here, might have been Troy, one of them was in here causing waves, wanting to see all of our oath of offices and being sworn and signed in the whole 9 yards. And
Let me tell you.
it's one of their handbook play game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, doing it correctly would be the right thing to do.
We try to do
Is that
things
Montana
correctly.
code, Adam? Or is that county code?
That's
Montana
Montana
code.
code, yeah.
That was kind of stupid. It should just say first week of January, and then each county can figure out when they wanna do it in that first week.
Oh, you let counties start thinking about things. Boy, I tell you what.
Yeah, it just
Go
causes all
sideways.
kinds of problems.
Can't give them any money either.
Yeah,
Keep that at the state
Well,
level.
that's right, amen to that. If they don't know how to spend it, they'll be responsible.
And then I anticipate that I would be sworn by your clerk and recorder. That's what I've always been sworn by before.
We always have the judge do it.
Yeah, Judge does it.
Everybody.
Judge does it?
Yep.
I don't mind being sworn in by the
You gotta
judge.
take a polygraph before, that's just a series of questions.
Maybe I was just sworn in by the clerk and recorder, cause I wouldn't. if
Yeah,
it
be in
got
the
me-
same room.
Because you're really,
If they had me swearing in front of the judge, it would've been a more swearing act.
Anything else, gentlemen?
no, what else we got, what else did we talk about?
You got 11 employees.
I do.
We're gonna be handing out hams today, this afternoon sometime.
Oh,
You might send some?
that'd be very nice.
They're
Very
3-pound hams.
Wow.
Are they?
No, I'm kidding.
I thought they were in one.
I don't know. Have you seen what a 1 pound hand costs at the freaking grocery store lately?
Well, there's
We got the deal.
cans of spam.
Yeah.
Yeah, spam, yeah, we're handing out
Times are
spam.
tough. You get spam this year.
I like spam. Up at hunting camp, we even got ourselves a spam
yeah, I like
cutter.
I buy it by the case.
I like spam too, but hot spam. You gotta fry it just a
Fry it
little
up, you bet.
bit. Slice it thin and then make mustard, honey, and ketchup. Or not honey, but mayo, mustard, and ketchup. Slap it on that
Mix
white
it in
bread.
with some
That
ramen
stuff's
noodles and
good.
Velveeta
Fried
cheese.
spam
Boy,
beans, man.
a little
I think
mayonnaise,
we all should be in
Tell you
the
what you
over
guys ate, I'd
white
throw up.
bread.
Fried spam beans.
You're just not old yet.
Same
When you get old,
tropical
you
Doritos.
start to appreciate that stuff, won't you?
I like it.
See, I used to hate spam, now, oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Fry it up and put it with eggs
Oh,
and
yeah.
It
cheese.
makes me feel like a peasant when I eat spam.
Ah, back to your roots. Now.
No, I didn't
All
get
right.
it.
Gentlemen.
See you, Sheriff.
All right,
If I
appreciate it.
don't see you,
Yeah, you have a Merry
have a
Christmas.
Merry Christmas to everyone. And
Be safe.
yeah, our skiing
Go
was.
do some skiing.
We are. See what you can do with that.
A guy I ran track with in high school. All he'd bring for lunch when we go to track meet, a big old can of Vienna sausages.
Yeah, Vienna sausages are right there with spam.
When you're running track? No. Oh yeah, Vienna sausage, especially the ones that are in the barbecue
I think
sauce.
that's good
I've
enough.
not tried those.
Oh, no,
When they
man.
got, you open them, they got that little gel.
Yep, yep.
A little gelatin layer of fat.
Or
Quality.
can of smoked
Use that
oysters.
grease your
Those are
hair.
pretty good too.
All of these big words.
I
and
like
all
sardines.
that.
I see. I love having those in my fire pack because they're not my initial go-to, but at least then that way.
I'm reading, by the way.
Read them, Justin. Russell. I think I've met you before.
You like it?
Maybe a while ago.
Yeah, during the flooding. Down there.
Might have been a cousin.
Oh, cousin.
Might have been a
Okay.
cousin.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, me too.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody today?
Doing
Good,
How
and
about
yourself.
Great.
You got my, you know, your email about you might share
Yeah.
what you're doing, cause I think it's great.
So I got put on the list to be a government local partner with some policy discussions that FEMA and them are doing up in DC.
Really?
So to kind of give what our experience has been in the county, what's worked, what hasn't worked, what should change, so it gets our chance to
You
get
can
our
have
voice.
input on that.
Yep.
Well,
So,
that's excellent, and like I said, that this is the first time where, you know, what, I'm seeing tangible, serious movement in big efforts in mitigating
mhm,
wildfires and floods.
yep,
And I think it's what it's all about, really, excellent work.
so I think January, February, though, we'll probably have our first kind of initial, Zoom meeting type thing. And then kind of, they'll detail what's expected from there, so, but yeah, I was pretty excited about that.
Maybe you'll be elevated to part of this Doge.
There we go.
You'll go from that to being
Yep. There we go.
executive principal of Doge.
First name's with Elon.
Save our salary, if you would.
Yep, yes, sir.
Increase it.
Can do that, at least by 4%.
No, imagine, you know, it's great that they're wanting to do that. They're wanting to get real feedback from the people that have to live with their policies,
Yep.
you know? Excellent.
Yep, and there's not a whole lot of us that were represented. They call us the Inner West District, so yeah, I'm kind of excited. And It was a good
You're
per-
gonna be taking trips to DC?
I don't know. I'm hoping a lot of it can be done via like kind of
Zoom and
Zoom
stuff.
and that, but
It might be fun to do, go to the,
And what was that again? I'm sorry.
I got onto a national policy committee for mitigation efforts. So
I
meeting-
saw the,
Yeah.
okay,
So
congrats.
that'll be fun rubbing elbows with politicians. And I'll try and keep my language somewhat clean.
As for fire or flood?
Flood. The main focus is on the flooding, but it is kind of an all hazards mitigation group.
Okay.
So
When you're talking about politicians, you don't have to worry about cleaning up your language.
so you mean I need to downgrade a little bit and open up a little more?
you gotta use ain't and ain't gonna do it, or can't be done, or.
Okay. I like that
Yeah,
one.
too.
I like that one. I learned that one from Darren quite a bit.
Do you?
I do.
I can see that across the room, yeah.
Well, the best part is he gave it to me because we're doing Toys for Tot distribution right now. So he came down to relieve me so I can come up here. And I'm like, thanks for doing this. And because Darren loves Christmas. So there might have been 2 of those symbols that were flying.
We'd be offended when we were combining. We'd go, you're gonna meet somebody and you just. And you'd be offended if they didn't do that.
Right? Yep.
They're not paying any attention to me.
Exactly. Well, it's kind of like in the fire service. We have a saying: if we're not giving you shit or making fun of it, and we're being nice and polite, that's when you need to worry.
Yeah.
So this week, pretty uneventful. The only other things besides talking about the policy discussions, I got reimbursement submitted for the stipend grant. So that'll be closing out. It officially ends on the 31st. So that's the one that we've had over the last 2 years. So we'll be getting our final reimbursement for that grant. Got all the paperwork submitted for the MPG grant. So at the end of this quarter, I can submit and get our last 2 quarters reimbursement back. Yeah, that was kind of this week in a nutshell, just a lot of administrative catch up. Did talk with Jeff Brown on the phone. So you talked to Joe over there.
Yeah.
So they're still kicking around some ideas and that. They said actually probably the best time to talk would be after the first of the year
Okay.
because most of them guys, the other guys are out for
Out.
Christmas.
Okay.
But he thinks that kind of we're on the right track if we can go through the DES grant programs and get they'd be more than happy to help us like design what they would need out there.
Mm-hmm.
But it would probably be best to route it through the DES.
Sure, whatever it takes.
Yep.
We're not in love
Yep.
with anybody, especially DES.
I love DES. RAS side of things, we've had a couple of signs get vandalized. So we gave the information to Deputy Gatlin, kind of based on a potential witness that saw one of the vandalizations. It sounds like it possibly might be a couple of teenage boys that are going around just doing teenage boy things. So
I wonder if they were involved in the highway signs.
We
My
think-
God.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, Ron Armstrong was telling me what 34 delineator posts they drove over, and
That was
Wow.
one incident.
That was one incident, and we have that person.
Do ya?
nice.
Yeah, analyze that, that would put some damage in that vehicle, 'cause there was some
You know, you'd be
signs.
surprised, it wasn't that bad.
Well,
Joe's the one that came upon that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was expecting a lot more out of that vehicle myself. Like, oh, let's get see the pictures of it. Oh, really, that's it?
how did you, how,
I'm prosecuting it.
but how would you find vehicle or pictures of it? Is there,
The arrest report.
He crashed. He was
He crashed.
drunk
Oh,
and
no
crashed.
shit.
And,
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know.
that
They
explains
got-
a lot.
Yeah, no, my husband was out plowing and he
Yeah.
found him in the middle of the road.
Oh, hell.
Well, hell, what's happened? We've all done that.
Well, that answers that.
So, but anyway, so they're kind of looking into some potential leads. So, got a couple kudos from some people came in and said that they're very appreciative of the new signs, especially out there in the Juniper subdivision. We got a couple phone calls on that one. So Glenn's doing a good job. As much as I hate to tell my dad, good job.
You know, Mr. Brewer was just in here wanting some signs put up down in the fairground. We were figuring out who would that,
He's probably talked to you.
who would that fall under?
We have talked with Mr. Brewer multiple times. We have given our opinions multiple times. It's also a private road from the fairgrounds on, and it's their responsibility. We do have a sign ordered for them, but as far as
What's it say?
it says,
Beware.
local ranch access only beyond this point, not a through.
Beware of the brewer.
Yep. So.
Cause you can't be putting up signs at every place where it goes off the county road onto somebody's
Right.
private road.
Correct.
Beyond this
Yep.
point, what? Beyond this point?
Beyond this point, dead end road.
Okay. And we can't help it if Google's got,
Yep.
this is shows.
And that's what I flat out told him too, is like, we're not Google. We have the official map books, we have all that, but we.
So this is kind of a courtesy if we do
It
this.
is,
We see him
100%.
again, well, we'll mention that now that, cause we should have told him that
Yep.
when he was here.
Yep, and it's one of those, you know, I have talked to him when he has approached me in several establishments as well, and
Yeah.
explained it to him there on my off time, so. We got it posted on the one side, so on the Grindsman side going through, but the other side, we just haven't got the sign yet, so.
Okay, well, that's good. You're going above and beyond that, it'd be inappropriate.
Yep,
Well, this might even be inappropriate, but we're doing it.
Yep. Yep,
Just from a cost
The
wise.
sheriff
Yep.
says it won't help, cause nobody reads signs,
yeah,
and he's kinda right.
right, yeah, nobody reads the signs, and like I told Mr. Brewer, is like, put a gate up,
Yeah,
you know, just, that's a simple way, put a gate that's locked, and,
You don't wanna have to open a gate every time.
yeah,
Of course, you could have it automated, you know.
yep,
he can have an
Got the
automatic gate,
yep.
and he can afford it,
Mhm.
I'll tell him that.
But yeah, no, we're working on it. It's just, again, we just can't do it because if we do it for one, you know, civil person, because it's a civil issue at that point. And private road.
5 of them.
Yep.
Well, I'm thrilled to do what you are, that's.
So, fire-wise things this week, no incidents.
And I burned my pile of trash,
You can burn your pile of trash now.
and then, that was Monday afternoon, and then Tuesday night, I was sitting there, and that wind came up, going 44 miles an hour.
Uh-huh.
I think I better go back and look at that spot. And sure enough, it was starting to flare up.
Oh, yeah.
So I took my loader and buried it in dirt.
Perfect.
I'm glad I went back and looked. I'm probably looking for a new shop.
We did get the new extrication tools in, and we did an in-service training on those on Monday.
Yeah.
Those tools are amazing. They are fast, they're powerful. Yeah, we were able to cut apart a car that normally it takes us quite a few tries and re-angles with the hydraulic stuff, and it cut through the door hinges like butter.
Hmm.
So they're really, really
These are
good.
the battery operated
Yep,
ones?
battery operated. So what we're doing is we're putting the jaws, which are the spreaders, the cutters, and the ram are going to go on the red fire truck 121, and then we got a combi set, which is spreaders and cutters that are in the same unit. Those are gonna go on 111 for city. So it's kind of a joint venture.
Wasn't there a dispatch note a week or so ago about needing the jaws of life, somebody rolled or something, a vehicle or something?
It happens.
Yeah, we've had a couple of car accidents in the last week or two, or 2 weeks ago. But there was one kid got his head stuck in a round bell feeder.
Yeah, maybe that
So-
was it.
So that one was a page out. So yeah,
On a
kid,
vehicle or on a?
one of those stationary ones. And little 4-year-old just went out, was playing, and was leaning and popped his head through and couldn't get back out.
Dad
Really?
saw it? Or no, it wasn't operating?
No.
Oh, cause man.
No.
alive.
Nope, just
I'll be darned.
popped the head through
They found him.
Wow.
He could have been hanging there for half a day.
and right. So
Here it is, 4 Half-Breed Creek, 2-year-old stuck
yep.
her head in the feed barrel. Might need jaws of life. You don't see that now. That
You-
stuck out. Now, I remember that.
Yep, yeah, those are those weird ones. Sean was able to get, we got those Halligan bars for him, so they can do forcible entry, and so he was able to use the Halligan bar and bent the bar just a little bit, and head came right out. So
Yeah, well, good.
yep.
That's good. So then you're gonna get good use of those.
Yep. Otherwise, that's kind of us in a nutshell.
Justin, have you met Reed?
Just did.
Okay.
Yep.
He has a question for you.
Okay.
What can you tell me about the baseball field down at the fairgrounds?
Yeah, what do you know about it?
I know it's a baseball field.
Is it being
Don't
used?
go out on a limb here.
So it's being used if we have a team. The last year we didn't have enough kids for a Big Ruth Legion team. So hopefully there's enough kids to have it this year again. I know there's some history on how that land was donated by the Mills family, and it has to remain, I think, as a baseball field or for recreational use. Well, I have to look at the.
Or maybe parking lot?
Yeah,
That's recreation, right?
right.
Well, it's
Well, if you guys are still
parking
looking
for
to use it,
recreation.
if you guys are still looking to use it, no, but the rodeo committee was asking me about if people could park down there, cause they're scrambling for more parking space for 4th of July and stuff. But I was like, I don't know. Will had told me that nobody's has used it in a while, so I figured I'd ask around and see what the deal was with it. But if you guys are still looking to use it,
Yeah.
that's great.
I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been a while, there should be like an underground sprinkler system there too.
I don't know, I think so.
So parking on that could cause some issues with that, but it's also,
I don't know why they don't use that, cause it's a great spot and it's even got grandstands and everything
Mhm.
there.
no, the main thing is just have enough kids for a team,
No, that's a problem.
you know.
Why wouldn't they use the other park?
Because it has to be a full-size baseball field.
Yeah, as you said.
Oh.
So a regulation like 330 foot to the fence, and these ones up here are all set for Little League dimensions.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we're not parking on it. That's what I'll tell the rodeo committee. I'll have to work a
Don't
little.
look good. No.
Well, it sounds like, you know, if
Or
future
if-
you'd love to.
Or
use
if they
it.
park on it, it's just one of those, just know
Use
that
it
if
for
there's any
particular
damage,
event.
that they just gotta,
You know.
help pay to fix it.
We probably just won't mess with it. I mean, you get that many people going down there parking on it, it's not. a
Just
big deal.
walk across the bridge.
Yeah. What do you, another thing, cause you do fire and whatnot also,
Mhm.
correct?
Yeah.
How do you feel about some kind of burn of some type on the northwest side of the rodeo arena to get that all cleaned up? Possibly try to level it with something.
Absolutely.
And if could be a training deal for all the local
Yep.
departments and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. We got some guys that have their burn certifications that they have to do so many training hours per year, so yeah, we like burning.
So how would we level it though?
I'll just take a land lever down there and drag around, I don't know.
Yeah.
I got a big one, keep it folded up on the sides and you can just blade it.
Yep.
It's in the bad spots where the big drops are.
This is what you were talking about, they wanted, what do they wanna do with that area, maybe for
Well, like
stock?
contestant parking and like maybe even throw up an electric fence or some type of deal back there to like run the bucking horses in. 'Cause those stock contractors like having that grass in the middle of the area, you know. And I think even just if you looked at it for parking now, if we can't park on that ball field, I don't know, but
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds like there's a potential there.
I think there's multiple things you could do with it. I mean, you know, you're always gonna have another flood and you're gonna have to do more work on it, but I just thought, you know, you could even use it as a training deal to do a burn on and then,
Oh, yeah.
you know, come in and try to do some leveling where you can and call it a day, or,
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds viable.
Yeah, there's no problem with that, as
Yeah.
long as you leave the trees along the rivers, so
Yep.
yeah. Well, I tried to
catches
leave
all
all, even
the
the,
stuff.
most of them, and you'd have to clean it up more, but if you had somebody, I don't know. 'Cause those trees there are nice, I mean, it's nice to have that.
Oh, yeah.
Especially, I mean, it's paying the bucks, you get your deadfall and all that, but it's pretty nice in July 1st, you
A
know,
little
Oh, yeah.
shade, you got.
yeah,
100%.
so. Okay, when do you guys have to have that control burn done, I mean, time of the year wise?
Usually the best time is just before we start greening up, because then that way it gets all the brown dead stuff gone, but it's not so long and then the green will start regenerating right away.
Right, you won't lose any soil or anything.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
But we can do it anytime too, so if we're gonna do like leveling and running stuff over it, like, we can, as long as doing those type of burns is just not good when there's snow on the ground.
Right.
Um,